Hi, my name is Rebecca and welcome to my channel. I have a very quick and easy craft, a DIY that I want to show you. I craft with a purpose. I craft for work and home on a budget, and I wanted a riser for my kitchen. And I priced them. I went to several stores. I went to Ross and I went to TJ Maxx and I went to Ollie's and I went several places and I just couldn't find one within my price range or the size that I wanted. I even went to Burlington, by the way, and I love each and every one of those stores, but I was just really wanting a certain size. And so I just decided to create it on my own. So come craft with me. Spoiler alert, I'm going to use 4 items that I purchased at Dollar Tree for this DIY. I'm going to use 2 of the 12-inch rounds. I love these. When I see them, I snag them up. I don't take all of them. I am very nice and I leave some for others. I take the little string out, then a little twine hanger, and then I put some spackle in each one of the holes. And I just smoothed it out with my fingers so that it was nice and smooth and nobody would know that these were supposed to be a hanging piece of wood decor. But I absolutely love these 12-inch rounds. They are so versatile. I put some black acrylic paint on each one of my rounds, and I just took the painting. You can use chalk paint, you can use acrylic paint. I had purchased a huge 48-piece set at the Ross for like $19.99, and that 48-piece paint set has just lasted me for so long, and I loved the colors in it, and it is good paint. So don't sleep on the Ross. Make sure you go back to the paint section or the arts and crafts section and see what they have, because if they have paint or something, there's probably a good buy in that. I'm going to paint both sides of my rounds, and then I'm going to just flip it over and I'm going to paint the underneath side. Now, do you have to paint the whole thing? No, but I've got some paint out and I'm going to town, so I'm just going to paint the entire thing black. And I did make sure that I paid special attention to the edges, and I gave them a nice good coat of paint on the outside edges of each piece. And like I said, if you want to kind of cut corners or you are really out of time, then you do not have to paint the entire piece. Just make sure that the outside edges are really good and painted on what will be the underneath side. I love this hanging wood bead ring that they sell at the Dollar Tree. And it would have been ideal if I had picked up a black one, but I picked up a natural one because I thought it would be more versatile and I would have more things that I could do with a natural one, and I could always paint it. So I undid the ends. They just kind of snap together. There's a little hook, and then I have some needle nose pliers, and I couldn't find mine. Mine are very small, so I'm using my husband's from his toolbox. So those are a lot larger than what I needed, and I just bent the hook where the wood bead ring kind of goes together. I just bent that out flat. I'm going to look in my stash, my odds and ends stash of wood beads, until I find about 4 beads that are the same size as what I am crafting with, that are on this wood bead ring. And that will finish out the edges so that my edges can go all the way to the end and everything will look copacetic. Now you can make this one ring work if you take them off and kind of space them apart, but I was really pressed for time and I wanted to get this project done, and I just didn't see the reason for it when I had a whole bag full of miscellaneous wood beads that I could craft with and fill in. Like there's a 4 bead section where it's just a little bit too short. I'm going to use the Dollar Tree wood super glue This stuff is amazing. I have had it outside on wood projects for the out of doors, and I've used it indoors, and this stuff is phenomenal. It will set very, very strong, but I'm going to run a bead of that around the outside edge. I'm going to use some wood hot glue so that I can finish my project and everything will be a little extra secure because I am going to put this in the kitchen. This is the only tricky part because wood hot glue dries really fast. So you have to put it on there very quickly and then immediately put it down. And it doesn't have the give and the dry time like a regular hot glue stick would. It has an amazing hold and it is a wonderful project, but you have to get it set pretty quickly. And then I'm just going to stretch out my wood ring so that it is on the outside perimeter. Just there's a little lip that I did leave, but I just want it on the outside perimeter of this. And then I am out of frame. I am sorry. I was lost in my project and I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. And I wood hot glued the beads, the 4 beads around the outside perimeter to make sure that my wood bead ring met up and it looked like just a solid piece. I secured it on the inside with a little more of the Dollar Tree Super Wood Glue, and then I did go around the inside perimeter with my hot glue and my wood hot glue and made sure that that was on there very nice and solid and it was just not going to come apart. I am watching this back as I'm editing and I could have swore that I used 4 extra beads, but evidently I am looking at 6. I am counting 6 as I'm editing this. So evidently my memory isn't as great as what I thought it was. That's disappointing. Anyway, I started going along the outside edge of the wood bead ring with my black paint, and I used a very fluffy brush. I don't know, I'm not a painter, but I have a very thick, fluffy brush that will get down into the nooks and crannies and will cover all of these wood beads. I did not use a good brush, I will tell you, because I did get some glue on that and I just kept on painting and I painted even the paint. I painted black and I just went around the edge and I made sure that all of the nooks and crannies and all of the little indentations of all the wood beads were nice and covered and coated with the black paint. So you could probably use a sponge brush for this as well, like I did when I painted the wood rounds, but I was just afraid that, the paint stays on top of the sponge brushes a little bit, and I was afraid that I would get a lot of dripping and I would just make a very big mess. So that's why I just used an older fluffy brush and then I ran a bead of hot glue around the top of my wood beads that I had just painted, and I did let them dry a little bit, and then I glued the 2 pieces together. I had some little spaces that weren't completely covered in paint, and I did leave those on purpose because I wanted to see what it looked like after I had glued it together, and I wanted to make sure that what I was seeing in my mind's eye, actually was coming across. In the very center, I took a candle stick from the Dollar Tree and I glued that in the center with some super glue and wood hot glue. This is what it looks like on my stove. I have since changed it up with a cute little recipe card holder that my mother had, because yes, we still use recipe cards in my house. We don't Pinterest everything, and this is so adorable. So if you are looking for a solution to that little bit of clutter that's around your stove, or you just want something pretty to display a few things on, this may be the solution for you. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that bell so that you know when I've uploaded my next video. Give me a thumbs up. And thank you so much for watching Crafts, Laughs, and Chaos.